in this video we will see how to make a Zoom meeting by using a smartphone as well as by using your laptop or computer. So if you are using in your phone, you have to download the Zoom app. So it is Zoom Cloud Meeting. I'll just click on install. We'll wait for the app to get installed. Okay, so now the app is installed. I'll click on open. You will get the icon on the home screen also. Okay, so this is the front page of the app. So I can just move around. Can see there are multiple options here. You can start a meeting, you can share your contents, you can message to your team and get zooming, so work from anywhere. So I'll click on the settings and we will see this. So settings for meeting, this is the auto connect to audio is off. If you want to enable it, you can enable it, but it is always best to change it to Wi-Fi or cellular data. I go back. Always mute my microphone. So you want to always to mute your microphone when joining any particular meeting. You can enable this, or else you can disable this also. You can do it later also, no problem. Then again, similar way, if you want to turn your video off when joining a new meeting, that also you can toggle it here. Either can enable it or disable it. Next is mirror my video. So mirror my video will decide how you want to display your video, whether like as if you are or like you are standing in front of a mirror. So that again can be toggled. Then show, always show video preview. So before joining a meeting, if you want to see your video preview, you can keep it on or off. So here it is on, we'll keep it like that it is. Next is show non-video participants. Again, if you want to see this participants whose videos are not on or their cameras are not on, if you want to see that, you can enable or disable it. Show name when participant join. So whenever participant join, if you want to see their names, that can be enabled. Again, autocopy invite link. So whenever you start a meeting, the invite link will be automatically copied if you enable this, so that you can share it with your other people or whomever you want to invite, either in a WhatsApp message or as an email or something. Closed captioning, if you want to keep it on, again this can be kept on. So this will show subtitles when you are speaking, that is available. If you want to use your original sound, uh, so original sound, if you keep, what happens is, if you have any background noises or something, that also will appear here. But if you disable it, means as it is, if you keep, there will be a little bit of noise suppression. So if some extra other sounds and all are coming, that will be suppressed automatically by the Zoom. Show my connected time. So this will display clock showing how long you have been connected to the meeting. That can be done. There is a safe driving mode. Can swipe right to the safe driving mode. So you just have to tap on the speaker, that will show you what is safe driving mode. Then aspect ratio is original ratio. Reaction skin tone, if you want to change the reaction. So right now the default is a golden thumbs up. So if you want to keep whichever skin tone you want for your reaction set, you can select. I'll go back to the other settings. Then there is general settings. So ringtones, if you want to keep for the meetings and all, you can select this and can change it. Okay, and whichever version is there, all those things are displayed. Okay, so on the screen you can see there are three different things. There is a join a meeting, there is sign up, and there is sign in. So if you don't want to create an account in Zoom and straight away you want to attend a meeting, then you can go and clicking a join a meeting. So here it is asking for meeting ID as well as your name. So meeting ID will be shared by the person who is hosting the particular meeting. So if your friend or if your colleague is creating a meeting in Zoom, he or she will be sharing a meeting ID along with a password in case if it is required. So that meeting ID has to be typed here. We will see what is a meeting ID in the later stage. Then we can join with a personal link name. So this is where you type your name. So your name will be typing it here. Once you type that, you click on join and you will be able to join this particular meeting. So below that you can see there are two options which is displaying here. Don't connect to my audio. So if you enable this, you will not be connected to your audio whenever you join. Next is turn off my video. Again you can decide whether your video want to be turned off or on. So we will come to this meeting ID after we create a meeting and we will see how to join using the link. So I click on cancel and go back. Down below you have two options. One is sign up and sign in. So initially, to create a Zoom account you have to go for sign up. I click on sign up. The first thing what it will ask is, it will ask for your date of birth. So you have to give your date of birth. Okay, so I just give my date of birth here. I select the date, month and year. Once it is selected, I click on set. It will be verifying you are 18 plus years of age or not. Then you have to give your email ID, first name and last name. So I will give my email ID here. I'll give my first name, I'll give my last name. Right, I click on sign up. So once I click on sign up, what happens is an email will be sent to your account. So this is the activation email which you receive. So here you can see there is a button. I click on activate account. It will ask you to select the browser, so just any browser you can select. Okay, now it is asking you to create a password here. So I give a password. It will ask me to confirm that I am not a robot. And it will ask you, are you signing on behalf of a primary or a secondary education? So I just click it as no. Continue. If it will ask you to invite your colleagues. So if you have your colleagues to be invited to create a Zoom account, can do that, or else you can always skip the step. Click on skip the step. Okay, so it is telling there is a personal meeting URL. If you want to have a test meeting, then you can send this meeting URL to your friends, or there's an option to go to my account. Okay, so I'll go back to the app. So once you are done that particular process, you can come back and you can click on sign in. It will ask for your email address and password, or else if you want to sign up with your Google account, you can always select your Google account. It will display the accounts which you have. So from that you select the Google account which you have just now linked. It will ask you with the terms and condition, link and sign in. It will get connected to your Zoom app. Okay, so this is the home page of the Zoom app on your phone. Here again, if you go tap, you can see there is down, there are multiple options: meet and chat, meetings, contact, settings. So I click on settings. I get the same settings which you have set it up earlier. There is a meeting setting, so this we have already done. There is a contact setting. If you want to sync your contacts with your Zoom, that you can do that. There's a chat setting option. So for multiple chat options, what and all notifications has to be set, you can always go and set this. There are general settings for the ringtone which we have already seen. I come back to meet and chat, the same homepage. Okay, so here on the top you can see there are four different things. You can straight away go and create a new meeting, or else you want to join a meeting, you can do that. Then there is a scheduled meeting, and the fourth one is a share screen. So first I will show you how to create a new meeting. So I click on new meeting. So that's it. So video will be on. So when you want to start a meeting, whether you want to keep your video on, that again you can decide. So I keep the video off. Then use personal meeting ID. So this personal meeting ID is the ID which can be used every time by your friends if they want to connect to you. So that's your personal meeting ID. So if you want to use that, you can use that. Or else if you want to create a new ID and make it join, again no problem. Click on start a meeting. So you can see it gets connected to the network, right? Okay, so this you are entered into a Zoom meeting now. So down you can see there are option, one pop-up is coming, invite others. So I click on participants. There is an option called as invite left side. So here this will show you the participant list. I click on invite. It will now display your accounts using which you can send an invite. There is directly straight away using messages you can send. or else using Messenger or Signal, Gmail, or invite Zoom contact, or else there is an option to copy invite link. So I click on copy invite link. So link will be copied. Now I can close this particular page and I can copy paste that to my WhatsApp contacts or something, and I can invite the people. So those people will be getting a link for that. Okay. Next, here we have other multiple options. There is mute and unmute. So just I have to tap on it to mute or unmute me. There is a start video option. Again, it is off. I can decide whether to keep it on or off. There is a share option. I click on share option. Then I can decide what I wanted to share, whether I want to share any file from OneDrive or Google Drive or Box, or I want to share a photo or a document, or I have to share a website link or a URL, or even I can share my screen also, right? So when I click on share, it will automatically ask you to record audio. Okay, so I'll give it will ask you to display over other apps. So I will select Zoom from the list. I will go back. Now you can see your screen is getting shared by Zoom right now. So that is why you get this option down below, right? So you can, if you want to annotate, I can click on annotate and I can draw something, right? So these options are possible. If in case if you want to show whatever is in a screen, you can do that. Different colors, if you want to select, I can select a different color, and I can select a pen and I can start drawing a red color. Or if I want to clear, I click on clear, everything get cleared. So if you want to stop sharing this particular screen, I click on stop share. It will come back to my Zoom itself. Again, there's a share option. If you want to share a whiteboard, in case if you want to teach something, you can use this share whiteboard. So this is a whiteboard. So here I can select on this pencil. I can just draw or write something on the screen. If I want to clear, I click on clear. So it will select clear my drawings, all drawings, clear others drawings. So if you share a whiteboard, whoever is attending the meeting, if you give access to them, they'll be able to draw on the same screen. So you can decide what you want to clear, whether you want to clear only your drawing, or clear all drawings means everything will be cleared, or clear others drawing. So don't delete your drawing, but delete whatever others have cleared. So I click on clear my drawings. So again, it is up to you. I can change different colors. You can select the thickness of the pencil. If you want to make it bit bolder, you can do that. This is a highlighter. If you want to highlight something on the screen, you can just move it and highlight this, right? So you can see there is who can see what you share here. So I click on that. So it is telling that everyone in the meeting can save the things you share here and share them with the app and others. So whatever you draw it here, whoever is in the meeting will be able to see. I go to this option on the right side. There is smart recognition, which is off right now. I just keep it on. Now we will see how it works. So if I want to draw a circle, so when I draw a circle, the circle will not be clear, but you see automatically it will recognize. Again, I want to draw a square, so I just draw a square like this. I want to draw a triangle, I just draw something like this. Automatically it get recognized. So that is the use of smart recognition. It is very much useful when you take class or present something to maybe teachers or other students. There is an option to save to album also. You can save this drawing or this whiteboard to this album, or if you want to have a new whiteboard, click on new whiteboard and it will come. Okay, so that's about whiteboard. I just close this. First I clear all my drawings. I close this and go back. Now this whiteboard is getting shared. I click on stop share. Okay, so now nothing is getting shared. Next I click on more here down. So we have multiple options here. The first option is security. So when I click on security, you get other options here. Okay, so the first option is lock meeting. So when you lock the meeting, it means that no new person will not be able to enter to your meeting room. So in case if you feel that okay, all the attendees have come, or whoever you have invited, everybody have joined. Now I don't want my link to be misused, like by mistake it gets shared to somebody else and they're trying to join a meeting. If you don't want to do that, you lock the meeting. So only whoever has entered, they'll be there. No new person will be able to enter. The second option is waiting room. So waiting room is something like when you want to attend a meeting, when you click on that invite link, people will first come to the waiting room. So they will be getting a message saying that you are in the waiting room. Just wait for the host to allow to the meeting. So that if you want to enable that waiting room, you can always enable that. So when you are in a meeting, if somebody comes to your waiting room, you will get a notification there, and from there you can either decide whether you want to accept him inside the meeting room or you want to deny that particular person. And if you want to hide all the profile pictures of the people who are attending the meeting, again you can enable and do that. So again it is up to you. The next option is share screen. If you want to allow people to share the screen, you can enable this. So only if you enable this, the other person will be able to share the screen, otherwise only host will be having the rights to share. And you can also decide whether other participants can chat with everyone or no one, or only to the host or everyone publicly. So that is again another option you can have. And you, whether you want to allow other people to start their video. So if you don't want other people to disturb you during your presentation, you can always go and click on disable the start video, so they won't be able to start their camera. And if you want to allow other people to rename their name, you can always enable it. If you want other people to unmute themselves and speak during your meeting, you can enable this. So again it is up to you what you want to do. If you want to remove a participant, you can click on remove participant and you can select the participant from that list and you can remove it. So I click on close, I go back, again I click on more. There is chat option, I click on chat. So here you get a chat option, and in this chat right now you can see down there, there is, it is sent to everyone. In case there are more participants, when you click on this you will be getting the participant list there. So from that participant, if you want to send only to a single person, you just select that particular person's name here and type that message and chat. So I just type here hello, I click on send, so message will go to everyone. Okay, I click on close, I again come back to more, meeting settings. So meeting topic will be something like this. So I can change this particular topic. It is, my name is coming with the Zoom meeting. So meeting topic, if you want to edit, you can click and edit this. Mute upon entry. So when people join itself, you want them to be muted, can enable this mute upon entry. And whenever people join or leave the meeting, if you want to play a sound, then you can enable the third one. It is better not to use it, otherwise it will become a disturbance. Whenever new people join or when they leave, you get a sound. And if you want to show the names of the participants who join, again you can enable that, so it will display name saying that the person has joined or not. Show non-video participants, if you want to display the participant without videos, again you can do that. I close this, I come back, I click on more. Okay, there is a YouTube option. YouTube option is, if you are having a paid account, then you will be able to stream your meeting, that is to a larger audience. So this meeting can be live stream in the YouTube, so people who are in the YouTube can get the link and they can watch it from there. And if you want to disconnect the audio, you can do that. The other option is different options which you have in the meeting. So if in case if somebody else is hosting the meeting and if you want to speak, there is an option called as raise hand. So it will show to the person like the Ragesh Raju or whatever is your name has raised the hand. uh, so if you want to speak or something, or you want to get them recognized, and you can do this. So once it is done, you can lower hand. Again there are options like there is a clap option, there is a thumbs up, there is a heart symbol. So multiple emojis are there, so smileys are there. So from this, whichever you want, you can select and you can put it. Okay, so coming back, so this is what we have it here. Again on the top left, there's a speaker, so I click on speaker. So if you want to mute the speaker, you can click on that and mute this, so sound will not come. Again there is a zoom, next to zoom there is a down arrow, I click on that, so it will display the meeting ID, the passcode and the invitation link and all those things. So just an information about your meeting. And whenever you want to end the meeting, you can click on end the meeting. Okay, there was an option called a smart driving option. So right now from the screen, if you just tap and move it to the right side, so this is a safe driving mode. So whenever you are driving, you can put it in this mode. So right now your microphone is muted, so whenever you want to speak, just tap on this and you can speak, right? So once you are done with speaking, I click on done speaking, so you get muted. So this is one best way which you can use in the driving mode. When there are participants, you will be seeing a list of participants on this side. So we will see how it works. So once you are done with all your meeting, you can click on end. It will ask whether you want to end the meeting for all or whether you want to leave the meeting. So this end the meeting for all is the provision only for the host or the person who have created the meeting. So once you feel that you are done with all the meeting and now you want to end this meeting for everyone, you click on end meeting for all. Or only you are leaving and you want other people to continue with the meeting, you can just click on leave meeting. So now I am going to end the meeting for all. Okay, so we will see how to access Zoom in a laptop or a desktop. So I come to Google and I search for Zoom. I get this option here. If you want to go to the Zoom website, you can go and check all those things here. I just click straight away on download. There are multiple versions which is available here, maybe for the browsers or for all those things. So there are two options there. You have to see whichever is the version of your computer, whether it's a 32-bit machine or a 64-bit machine. So if you want to check that, you come to my computer or this PC, right click and click on properties. So it will display it here, which is your system type. So mine is a 64-bit operating system, so I want to download the 64-bit operating system. So I close this, I come to the browser. So here you see this button is for 32-bit, but mine is a 64-bit client. So I click on download, this download. It will ask where to save, so I click on desktop and just save it. So it is saved. I close this page. Zoom installer, it's here. I either right click and click on open, or else if you double click also it will come the same way. So it is getting installed. Well, so this is what you get for your desktop version. So here the same way which you have seen in your mobile version, if you want to join a meeting, I click on join a meeting. It will ask for your ID, meeting ID, as well as it will ask your name. So you have to type your name properly and click on join. You will be able to connect it. And again, if you want to remember your name for your future meetings, you can always do that. Or if you don't want to connect your audio, you can do that. If you want to turn off your video, again it's up to you. Okay, now we will see how to join a particular meeting. My friend has sent me the meeting ID as well as a password, so I click on join a meeting. It will ask for the meeting ID, so meeting ID I will just type it, 7314. So name, I will give some name here. So turn off my video, do not connect to audio, remember my name for future meetings. I click on join. Now it is asking for the passcode. So this passcode also your friend might send it with you. So that passcode you are supposed to enter. It is connecting. So this is called as a waiting room. So this a notification will go to your friend saying that you are trying to attend his meeting. So you can see on the right side how it appears for your friend, you, there is telling that Rahul entered the waiting room, whether to admit or not. So click on view, so it will show on the right side like this. So he can decide whether to admit you here or to remove you. So he click on admit. So now you see you get connected to this particular meeting. So your friend might be sharing some video. So this is what is happening in the meeting. So this is what your friend is presenting. So this is how you attend a particular meeting. So once you are done with the meeting, here also you can decide whether you want to start your video or not. How many participants are there, you will be able to see. If you want to chat something, you can chat. See, now you can decide whether you want to chat to your friends straight away or whether you are going to send a file to him. So when you click on file, these are the options, you get it here. If you want to send a message, just send a message here, press on enter, the message will go straight away to your friend. Okay, once you are done with this particular meeting, you can click on leave. So now you see you get an option called as leave meeting. But whereas when we are seen in the option where we create a particular meeting, you have both the options. Either you can leave a meeting as well as you can end the meeting too also. When you are just an attendee, you will be able to only leave the meeting. So I click on leave the meeting and I come out. If you are signed into a desktop account, you will be getting the same things which you are seeing there. So you have a new meeting option, you have a join option if you want to join a new meeting. There is an option called as schedule. So in case if you want to schedule your meetings prior, you can click on schedule. So it will ask you what meeting you are going to schedule. So I just make it as lecture 1. The date and time you can specify here, on which particular date and time you are going to do this. So I will specify it on one particular day, the starting time, whenever you want to specify what is the duration. By default, the Zoom will give you only 40 minutes of time for a meeting for a free account. So you can decide how much time you want. So you will get less than 45 minutes only here, but you can see it. If you select 45 minutes, it will tell your Zoom basic plans has 40-minute time limit on meeting with 3 or more participants. So you need more than 3 participants for that. Okay, so I select 30 minutes. There is an option called as recurring meeting. So you can decide when and all this meeting will be recurring. So remember to check the recurrence or repeat in the calendar meeting. Okay, and which meeting ID, whether you want it to generate automatically or your personal meeting ID. Okay, so if you give a personal meeting ID, you can see your password also will be there. So you just have to share this. So once we create a meeting, we'll come to know how to share this meeting ID. So this meeting ID as well as the password has to be shared to the people. If you want to enable the waiting room, so only users admitted by the host can join the meeting. So after scheduling this meeting, the settings you can change here by applying all scheduled meeting or something. Okay, again that we don't have to worry about much. So if a waiting room is enabled, people will be able to join the meeting and they will be able to wait in the waiting room. So until the host allows them to get into the meeting, they will be in the waiting room. So that is one option. Again, your video, when you start the meeting, whether your video has to be on or off, host video. Again, for the participants also same thing. So this is for your video has to be on or off when you start the meeting, and this is for the participants. So when they start the meeting, when should their camera be on or not, and which calendar you are going to use, either Outlook or Google Calendar or other calendars. You have advanced options also. You can, if you want to allow participants to join anytime, you can enable that. Or if you want to mute the participants when they enter the meeting, can do that. That is the best option. Then automatically record meeting on the local computer. So you don't have to every time click on record. Automatically the meeting will be recorded on your local computer. And approve or block entry for users from specific countries or regions. So that also you can specify whether you want to allow people from a specific region or disallow or block those particular people. Okay, so I click on save. So meeting gets scheduled. So now you see your meeting is being scheduled. If you want to copy this, you can copy to clipboard and you can send this particular message to your friends, either as a mail or through WhatsApp or any other social media platforms or something. So when the people automatically click on this particular link, so they get a join Zoom meeting link. When you click on that, last for the meeting ID, which automatically most of the time takes care of, the meeting ID will be there and password also will be added automatically. Otherwise they just have to open the Zoom they just have to open the Zoom app, click on join. This is the meeting ID and the password they have to enter. If you want to see the meetings which are already scheduled, you click on meetings here. So you will be getting this meeting, the upcoming meetings, right? So anytime, you need not send the invitation then and there itself. If you want to copy the invitation there, click on copy invitation, it will be copied and you can send it to them. If you want to make some edits or changes in the existing scheduled meeting, you click on edit, you get the same page. From here you can make the changes and you can do the editing, and on that particular day you can just come here and you can click on start. Otherwise, in the home screen, if you schedule a meeting here, you can see the meeting here. So I just simply click on save and just schedule a meeting. So you can see on that particular day whichever meeting is there, it will come on your screen straight away. You click on start, your meeting get started. So this is how we work on a Zoom platform. Hope this video was helpful to you all. Thank you.